Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So shout out to everybody. I hope y'all are about to have a good New Year's Eve. How many people popping bottles for New Year's Eve tonight? If y'all popping bottles for New Year's Eve tonight, throw some champagne bottles in the chat, all right? I'm going to shout out everybody that's in the building early. Y'all know what to do as far as the sound check. Hopefully y'all can hear me. If y'all can't, y'all know what to do. If y'all can, y'all know what to do. Shout out to Torian Rain. What's good with it, bro? We got Shamika Gray in the building. We got Denise Scales in the house, and we got Cameron Jones. Good to see y'all, all right? Your boy is pumped for 2024. I got some dope content for y'all in 2024. And it's only going to get better from there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for supporting all of my channels and taking them all where they are at currently. So shout out, man. Shout out to you, Denise. Enjoy yourself tonight. What you sipping on? What you sipping on? What you about to sip? You know what I'm saying? Sip it up. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy. That's what you're supposed to do New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? That's what's good. Also, make sure, you know, if you know what I'm saying, if you stay in the hood, make sure y'all, you know, stay away from the windows, you know what I'm saying? You know, kind of get off the street at a certain time, because I don't know how they do around y'all way, but A lot of times, like around 11:30, right at midnight, sometimes them choppers start going off. Sometimes that rat-a-tat-tat start happening. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught with no strays or none of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all in a safe place. Shout out to Roots Trackers. What's good with it? So we're going to get this started. I'm going to try to bust this out. I'm going to try to get a couple more streams in today because, like I said, going into 2024, got a lot of stuff to hit. Nothing stopping the train. All right. The first thing that we about to talk about is this degenerate individual named Derek Rosa. How many people heard of him? If you guys heard of Derek Rosa, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not heard of Derek Rosa, give me a thumbs down. If you haven't heard of him, you're not missing much. If you have heard of him, you know exactly what type of degenerate this dude is. And just so everybody knows, no, this guy on the screen right here is not Derek Rosa. Derek Rosa will be coming up very shortly.
And right now, new video capturing the moment a 13-year-old confesses to stabbing his mother to death as his newborn baby sister lies inches away from it all. Crime specialist Bridget Matter joins us live from Miami with the very disturbing new details in this case. Bridget.
13-year-old Derek Rosa did answer some investigators' questions about the murder of his mother. He even said he used a large kitchen knife, but when police asked him why, he wouldn't answer. 13-year-old Derek Rosa is charged in the murder of his own mother, Irina Garcia, accused of stabbing her 46 times inside their Hialeah home.
You killed her? All right. What type of knife was it? Do you know?
It was just a big size kitchen knife.
That big?
Yeah.
What color was the handle?
Purple.
Purple?
Yes.
Okay. Your mom was sleeping?
Yeah, she was sleeping.
Newly released police interrogation video shows the teen calmly talking to investigators, even showing him his bloodied hands. The audio of this video was previously played during a court hearing. Rosa was seen breaking down as he listened. A baby monitor captured Rosa standing over his mother before the brutal attack.
She had defensive wounds on her hands. On her back, she had numerous stab wounds.
Police described stab wounds all over her body. The only part that was not stabbed was behind her knees.
Where exactly?
Now, here's my question. Who does this? How does someone get to this point where they do this? He stabbed his mother all over the place while she was sleeping. Now, you know, we got to ask the basics. You're not hearing anybody on Fox News talking about this. You're not hearing any of the quote unquote anti-woke people talking about this. So what we got to assume is that if they're not addressing it, they must think that it's okay. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are American values.
Did you cut her?
Portions of the tape are redacted, but Rosa points to his neck.
And then she woke up?
Yes.
Did you say anything else to her? Or did she say anything to you or no?
No, she just screaming.
Investigators say the teen sent photos of the crime scene and a photo of himself to an online friend.
You were about to tell me the why. Why did you kill your mother? Do you know?
If I have to say it now,
Yeah, get it off your chest. Absolutely.
I can only feel a little weird.
Rosa would not give police a reason.
Oh, you see how he got pretty smart. Yeah, absolutely, Cameron. He got up close and personal, used the blade. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts, Denise. No empathy in the world. And I got to agree with Torian. Why cry after you savagely deleted her? Facts. Make it make sense.
For the attack. The motive remains unknown. Rosa is being charged as an adult. A tentative trial date is set for February of next year. We're live in Miami. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
So disturbing and so chilling. Thanks a lot there, Bridget.
So disturbing and so chilling. Absolutely. So next. Take a wild guess what we're going to be talking about. Shout out to my man Lloyd Sky 9. What's good with it, bro? What do you think we're going to be talking about next? Just take a wild guess. Anybody. Any guess is a good guess. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure you guys take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell, please take a moment, make sure you guys hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. And please share the stream to your social media. We are on the road to 500 subscribers on Crimecast, and we are not going anywhere until we get to that 500. So let's get it.
Two Miramonte parents are dead, killed in their rural home during a violent incident this holiday week. And the Fresno County Sheriff's Office says their 14-year-old son is responsible. Thanks for joining us for Action News Live at 5. I'm Nick Garcia.
And I'm Graciela Moreno.
Oh, yeah, you guys probably thought that this was the exact same thing, but it's not.
Two Miramonte parents are dead, killed in their rural home during a violent incident this holiday week. And the Fresno County Sheriff's Office says their 14-year-old son is responsible. Thanks for joining us for Action News Live at 5. I'm Nick Garcia.
And I'm Graciela Moreno.
That 14-year-old boy, or 14-year-old first called 911 to report someone with a gun injured his mom, father, and sister on Wednesday night, but he quickly became a suspect.
Action News reporter Gabe Ferris is outside the Fresno County Sheriff's Office, where deputies are still
The model minority, modeling that familicide.
Graciela and Nick, just a few hours ago, Fresno County Sheriff John Zanoni told me his department is still investigating a possible motive. He called it an isolated incident and said that there is no threat to public safety.
Two children have lost their mother and father due to the actions by their other sibling.
A 14-year-old boy is behind bars in Fresno, accused of killing his parents and badly wounding his sister in a violent incident on Wednesday night. Lu Yang and Si Vang were at their Miramonte home with their 3 children, a 7-year-old son, an 11-year-old daughter, and a 14-year-old son. That teenage boy is the one who called the police around 7:30 p.m.
Now, let me ask you guys these questions. Out of these 2 videos that we've gone through so far, how much content on YouTube have you seen about any of this? How much Fox News outrage have you seen about any of this? How many people complaining about quote unquote violent crime have you seen complaining about any of this? Probably not very many.
Radio traffic reveals what he told a dispatcher.
RP screaming on the line saying someone broke into his house with a gun. Can hear children crying. RP frantic, not answering questions.
The boy even said the suspect sped away in a silver pickup truck, but when sheriff's deputies arrived, they said the boy's story didn't add up.
Evidence ultimately showed that he had fabricated the story of a break-in and was responsible for using multiple weapons to attack his mom, his dad, and his sister.
Fresno County Sheriff John Zanoni said the 37-year-old mother and father died at the scene. The suspect's 11-year-old sister went to the hospital for emergency surgery. Zanoni said she was the victim of a, quote, attempted homicide, but she is expected to survive. The 7-year-old boy was not injured in the attack. Skyview 30 video shows the home where the violence unfolded. It's off Dunlap Road in Miramonte, a rural Fresno County community about 30 minutes from the nearest sheriff's substation.
Individual.
Those rural communities. Oh, those rural communities.
Those live in rural areas of Fresno County, like up here in the mountains. Those individuals tend to have weapons readily available, whether it be knives, firearms, and things like that.
It's unclear what motivated the teen to attack his parents and sister. The sheriff's office said it hadn't had any previous interactions with the family. The 14-year-old boy now...
A lot of times the police do have interactions with these families, and they just don't make any record of it. Oh, well, you know, it was just a warning, or, oh, you know, they were just acting up, and, you know, this will just be one time. The parents will get them together and we'll go about our business. Many times the police have many interactions with these people, but they give them a pass. When it comes to these type of situations, because of the situation that we're in here in the United States, for the most part, it's only us that they take the law to the fullest extent out on, which is one of the reasons why we need to start being able to get some power so that we can reverse that and start taking the law to the fullest extent on some of these people.
Faces 2 murder charges, and the district attorney's office told me that they expect more information from the sheriff tonight, and then they will decide whether or not to pursue charges. Reporting live in downtown Fresno, Gabe Ferris, ABC 30, Action News.
So there's that. Okay. So next, again, take a wild guess at what we got. Anybody want to guess? I can tell you one place that you haven't heard about this. Fox News. A family of 4 found dead in apparent murder-suicide by New York police sergeant. Imagine that. Sergeant Morgan. That's definitely the guy that you want to show up at a 911 call, isn't it? Shout out to Donna. What's good with it, Donna? A husband and wife and their 2 sons, ages 10 and 12, were found dead in a suburban New York home. They didn't survive the suburbs. Saturday, in what authorities described as a murder-suicide by a police sergeant. Police officials said Watson Morgan, a sergeant with the Bronxville Police Department, fatally shot his wife, Ornella Morgan, who is 43, and their sons before taking his own life. Now, let's take a moment and ask ourselves, what would cause somebody to do that? Because every time we talk about these type of situations, we always ask ourselves what would cause somebody to do that. But because none of us would ever do that, and because none of us have done that, it's very hard for us to rationalize why someone would do this to their own family. But it seems like it happens very, very often. And it seems like it happens very, very often with a particular demographic. You know how when they do these news reports, they always talk about quote unquote particular demographics. For some reason, this demographic never gets discussed. And this is indeed a subsegment of violent crime. The 4 bodies were discovered by police just after midnight on Friday at the family's home in New City, a suburb of New York City, after Morgan failed to show up for his evening shift at the Bronxville Police Department. At this phase in the investigation, it is believed that Watson deleted his wife and 2 children prior to deleting himself with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Clarkstown Police Department said all 4 had gunshot wounds, police said. A handgun was recovered at the scene. Watson, who is 49, began his career with the New York Police Department in 2000 before joining the force in Bronxville, a village in Westchester County, 7 years later, according to a department biography. He was promoted to sergeant in 2016. Now, here's my question. Why is it that whatever type of screening that they had, they weren't able to see that there was some type of instability going on here? And my question for you all is, does this prove that they need to institute better screening to be able to weed out instabilities? Because there's a lot of cases like this when it comes to not just police officers, but also when it comes to EMTs, when it comes to firemen, when it comes to congressmen, when it comes to city council, when it comes to all of these type of quote unquote power positions. Seems like these people always have more than one screw loose. So now here it says, hold on real quick. We're going to pause this down here because this is taking up memory that we don't need to take up. In a statement with Bronxville Police Department, Police Chief Christopher Satrally said the killings left the department with profoundly broken hearts at the senseless loss of innocent lives. Our hearts go out to Sergeant Morgan's extended family, he said. Our thoughts and prayers are also with his Bronxville Police Department family. So there's that. The blue chalk outline. So this is one that people ain't gonna like. Shout out to Greets. What's good with you, Greets? And shout out to Lehman Lucas. What's good with you, bro? This story here is about a mother. And what ended up happening with this mother is that her child, hold on real quick. Her child was found in a dumpster. So we're going to check this little news clip out here and see exactly what happened there. Because, you know, it's never cool to find a kid in a dumpster. So let me just get this together real quick. And real quick, while I'm doing this, if everybody could take a moment and smash that like button, that would be great. And also, if you guys have not shared the stream to your social media, help your boy out by sharing the stream. Let's get it. Yep. Hold on real quick. There we go.
Welcome back in. We are following some heart-wrenching breaking news right now at noon. Phoenix police are investigating a homicide of a young girl. Police say that the girl's mother is the suspect. The mother's name is Sophia Simmons. According to police, officers were called out at around 8 o'clock in the evening on Christmas Eve to a business near 35th Avenue in Thomas. That is where they found the young girl's body in a dumpster. A day later, on Christmas Day, detectives received a tip that Simmons had thrown her daughter's body away after beating her to death. Officers later tracked her down in Tonopah and arrested her. She's now being charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and tampering with evidence. We will continue to follow.
So there's that. And shout out to this young man playing the piano. So next, I was trying to figure out, because I had a Bad Girls Gone Worse lined up, and then I was like, I don't know if this is really appropriate for Bad Girls Gone Worse. Honestly, I don't know if this is appropriate at all. But I figured, because this was pretty wild and pretty shady and some really weird stuff going on, this will probably end up in court and somebody is going to end up in jail. So we may as well throw it on Crimecast. Shout out to the Passport Bros. This one is about a Brazilian woman. See what she did? Brazilian woman hacks off husband's eggplant for allegedly sleeping with her 15-year-old niece. I don't know who's worse. You know what I'm saying? Her or him? Probably him. I'm saying? Probably him. A Brazilian woman has been charged with attempted murder for hacking off her husband's eggplant after he allegedly slept with her 15-year-old niece. The unidentified woman allegedly lured her husband, who was 39, into bed, where she bound his wrists and ankles before pulling out a razor and dismembering him, according to Daily Mail. Ah, man, that's got to be terrible. Woo! Ah, damn. You know what I'm saying? And allegedly doesn't mean he did. That's facts, Cameron. Big facts. Absolutely. Woo-wee. After severing the appendage, she allegedly took a photo of it and then flushed it down the toilet. She must have had a Polaroid. Or maybe they're talking about flush the eggplant down the toilet. The woman went to the police station in Atibia with her brother and turned herself in on December 22nd. Good evening, officer. I came to introduce myself because I just cut off my husband's eggplant, she allegedly told officers, according to Daily Mail. Wow. She told police that she heard it was possible to reattach it, not after it's gone down the toilet, though. Her husband was taken to the hospital and his condition is unknown. I think his condition is known. I think it's called neutered. Would you guys agree? We do know his condition, and the condition that he's now dealing with is called being neutered. Police are investigating her claims that he was sleeping with a minor. The age of consent in Brazil is 14. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I don't think that's a good thing. Earlier this year, an Indonesian woman allegedly cut off her boyfriend's eggplant when he threatened to leak their sex tapes after she refused to sleep with him. The 28-year-old woman attacked him as he was preparing to take a shower and then rushed to the receptionist to ask for medical assistance. Got to be careful out there, people. Got to be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? That's way more action than I want to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's way more action that I want to be dealing with. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Here's a secret to my success. I like my everything nice and boring. Nice and boring. Nice and uneventful. If I could tell you every single one of my days from midnight to noon for the rest of my life, I'd be perfectly okay with it. Sometimes spontaneous stuff is okay. You know, sometimes it's pretty cool. But other times, just knowing what the hell is going on is a really, really good thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a really, really good thing. This is a disturbing story right here. Florida woman raped her autistic brother-in-law and had his baby, and then claimed that she was the victim. No way. Who would ever believe something like that happened? Look, I'm not mad at it, Denise. I'm not mad at it. Look, there is a particular peaceful place with routine. You know what I'm saying? There's a particular peaceful place with routine. You know what I mean? Florida woman who raped her autistic brother-in-law had his baby and then claimed that she was the victim. I don't know how that works, but we're going to find out together. A deranged Florida woman has been charged with allegedly raping her autistic brother-in-law over the course of a decade and giving birth to his child, according to authorities. Amanda Rose Brooks was arrested on December 7th by U.S. Marshals in Orlando and charged with sexual battery and lying to authorities that she'd been the victim of a sexual assault in the Lower Keys, according to Monroe County Sheriff's Office and arrest records. In June of 2022, Brooks, who was 36, reached out to the sheriff's office claiming she had been repeatedly sexually assaulted by her husband and his brother, the Keys Citizen reported, citing an arrest warrant. In addition to sharing a list of times and dates detailing the assaults, Brooke gave investigators screenshots of messages with friends depicting her as the victim of abuse and claiming that she had been harassed by her husband's family for having left with her children. Brooke said that she and her husband had been her brother-in-law's sole caretakers, according to the report. So this is her. Very deranged. Strange and deranged. You know what I'm saying? A month later, however, the victim's mother reached out to the sheriff's office and claimed that Brooks had in fact been assaulting her autistic son over the course of 10 years, according to the report. The victim told his mother Brooks on multiple occasions entered his room and initiated sex despite his protests, telling him to be quiet, not to tell anyone, and that the assault was okay because it quote unquote made her feel good, according to the report. Florida authorities obtained DNA samples from Brooks' child, who was born in January, and the brothers, and tests confirmed that the victim was the child's father. Brooks' husband told investigators that during the last incident, Brooks had been using an ovulation tracker. Authorities charged Brooks with sexual battery, making a false report about a crime, and giving false information about a felony, according to the sheriff's office. Brooks is currently being held on $150,000 bond, according to jail records. That's disgusting. Now, this is an extremely heinous crime. You know what I'm saying? Law and order, SVU type stuff. Here's my question. How many people heard of this? If you guys heard of this particular situation, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Torian. I'm going to shoot a link in the chat for you. All right, there we go. So we're going to check out and see if we can get any more information about this case, because I think Cameron was asking how old the victim was. And I don't think that they give the victim's age. Let me see here. These I'm telling you, they don't do websites like they used to. Let me see. There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. Good Lord have mercy. Okay. Boom. There it is. Female accused of sexual assault arrested in Orlando. A 34-year-old woman was arrested last week by U.S. Marshals in Orlando on a warrant for sexual battery investigated by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Amanda Rose Brooks is her name, and she was charged with sexual battery on a person with a developmental disability over the age of 18. So they don't tell us his age. They don't tell us how old he is, but they do give us a range, and they say that this individual was over 18 years old, providing false information to law enforcement and filing a false report. Deputies arrested Brooks on Thursday, December 7th, and she was booked into the Monroe County Detention Center on Sunday, December 10th, after being repatriated to Monroe County. The alleged assault occurred in 2022, but initially began in Mississippi in 2010, reports state. Because of the alleged sex crime, the victim and his family's names were redacted in the supporting investigation. An arrest warrant obtained and reviewed by the Keys Citizen Sheriff's Office investigators allege that Brooks contacted them in June of 2022. Now, she reported that she had been sexually assaulted by her husband and his developmentally disabled brother at their Key Haven residence, and that she had also been verbally and psychologically abused. Brooks emailed investigators a list of dates and times of the abuses. She also provided screenshots to investigators of messages with friends portraying her as the victim and saying that the family was harassing her for leaving with her children. So that right there is the part that we got from the New York Post. Yeah, and I gotta agree. Shout out to Cameron. If you guys agree with Cameron, due to his condition, he may not be able to consent. Give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. And also, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate each and every one of you all for watching. If you have not smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please take a moment and hit the bell icon twice. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Brooks also told investigators that she was aware at the time that the victim was autistic and that she and her husband were his sole caretakers. In July of that same year, however, the victim's mother contacted the MCSO and said that the victim told her that Brooks had entered his room and initiated sex on multiple occasions, despite the victim's objections of no, and we shouldn't be doing this, according to the victim. Brooks told him to be quiet and not to tell anyone, and that it was okay because it made her feel good. Florida Department of Law Enforcement conducted DNA tests on the victim and Brooks' child and confirmed the victim was the biological father, corroborating the alleged abuse took place. The victim's brother said that during the time of the last incident, Brooks was using an ovulation tracker. The child was born in January. Investigators also obtained photo and surveillance video that refuted Brooks' statements about home life. Brooks remained in custody on a $150,000 bond awaiting arraignment on Tuesday, December 19th. So again, and this is what I'm telling you guys. You guys see how the New York Post literally just copy and pasted this article from the local news here, this Florida Keys, keynews.com. So literally all they do is just copy and paste these news articles. A lot of this stuff is not even original journalism that they have. So now we talked about this case on the Undocumented channel. And if you're not subscribed to the Undocumented channel, it would be nice if you took a moment and subscribe to the Undocumented channel. But we're going to talk about this situation briefly over here. This is an undocumented, bro. And shout out to my man, AB Promotions. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you. This is an undocumented, bro. And this undocumented, bro, believes that he was influenced by the forces of the supernatural. And he was influenced by the forces of the supernatural to do something disgusting. Illegal immigrant who raped Ohio woman claims that he was possessed by a demon. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a stupid question. If you guys believe him that he was possessed by a demon, give me a thumbs up. If you all don't believe him that he was possessed by a demon, give me a thumbs down. A Nicaraguan man who was deported, listen to this, a Nicaraguan man who was deported from the United States 5 times. First and foremost, let's start with those problems. How do you get deported from the United States 5 times? How does that work? That means that you successfully got into the United States 5 times. How did that happen? You know what I'm saying? How'd you successfully get to the United States? Somebody make that make sense. Has been sentenced to 19 years behind bars for raping an Ohio woman, claiming that he committed the depraved act because he was possessed by a demon. Gurman Matthews, who is 40, pulled his hoodie over his head before sexually assaulting the developmentally disabled woman on April 29th while she walked to a Forest Park bus stop, the Cincinnati Enquirer reported. So, as you guys can see, people who are developmentally disabled need to really have a lot of protection, and the people who are caretakers of them really need to keep them safe, because clearly people are on the prowl and looking to do harm to developmentally disabled people. His hands were covered in the victim's blood after he viciously beat the 44-year-old woman in the head and the face, Police Sergeant Jackie Dreyer said. The brute, who was still on the woman when police arrived in response to a 911 call, tried to flee but was quickly arrested. The victim suffered head injuries and multiple facial fractures, Dreyer said Wednesday in a Hamilton County Common Pleas Court. She said the assault was one of the most brutal crimes on a complete stranger that she's ever investigated in her more than 20 years in law enforcement. Judge Allison Hathaway sentenced Matthews, who pleaded guilty in November to rape, felonious assault, and kidnapping, to 19 years in prison. Matthews' attorney, James Bogan, said his client had stolen liquor from a convenience store and was intoxicated during the attack, adding that he has no recollection of it. Now, do you all believe that he has no recollection of it? Shout out to Carlton. What's good with it, bro? And yeah, I've seen some paranormal cases that may make you wonder, AB. I've definitely seen some strange things. Definitely seen some strange things. Bogan said Matthews was horrified when she showed him a cop's body cam video that captured some of the assault. Matthews told authority he felt like he was possessed by a demon at the time, Enquirer reported. He feels terrible about what he did, the attorney told the court, adding that the person who attacked the victim is not the Gurman Matthews you see here today. Matthews had likely experienced alcohol-induced psychosis, Bogan said. Mind you, from stolen liquor. I wonder if a demon made him steal the liquor too. Matthews, who goes by the name Herman Mateos, which his name is German Matthews, but he goes by the name Hernan Mateos. Make that make sense. Has been deported 5 times, but has repeatedly returned to the U.S., where Bogan said he sought to escape poverty. I think that he was more than likely trying to escape law enforcement. And that's facts, AB. People absolutely be hearing voices in their head. You know what I'm saying? They do. He first entered the U.S. illegally in 2005 and was caught by the Border Patrol in Laredo, Texas, according to Local 12. Miami police records reportedly show he was arrested a few weeks later for a DUI and driving without a valid license. Well, he just timed that wrong, because nowadays you can drive without a valid license, or at least you can get a valid license without valid documents. He was arrested 3 more times in Miami in 2006 for driving without a valid license, again in 2009 for disorderly intoxication, so he clearly has issues handling his alcohol, and in 2012 for sexual battery and false imprisonment. So he's done things like this before. Prosecutors chose not to pursue a conviction in the 2012 case, according to records cited by Local 12. Why would you choose not to pursue a conviction in 2012? Now, mind you, in 2012, what they would have been pursuing the case of would have been charges of sexual battery and false imprisonment. So why would they have chose not to do that? Why would they have chose not to go after him? In July of 2017, criminal complaint, Matthews admitted to rafting across the Rio Grande into Texas. The next day, he was convicted and sentenced to time served 1 day and fined $10, the outlet reported. So that's all that happened to him for illegally entering the country. He did 1 day in jail and had to pay $10. So when people ask about the border, there go your border policy. So shout out to Roots Trackers, because Roots Trackers actually brought this up. There's a woman in Colorado, and this woman in Colorado is on the run, and she's not involved in the Olympics, but she actually may be in a race against time, because she is wanted for allegedly deleting her children. Now, we got to ask the demographic question, because they always ask that demographic question. And remember, it's only us that commits proximity crimes. Now, my question is, if we commit proximity crimes that result in people within the community being harmed as a result of those crimes, what would you call proximity crimes where people in the same household get injured? I don't know what you would call it, but here's an example. Mom on the run after she allegedly deleted two of her young kids and wounded a third. Now, mind you, she allegedly deleted her 2 young kids. Who does it? Why would you do it? We never get those answers. I don't think we ever will. A 35-year-old Colorado mom is on the lam after she allegedly deleted 2 of her young children and tried to delete a third, who was left wounded in the shocking attack, authorities said. Colorado Springs police responded to a report of burglary at the home of Kimberly Singer on Palomino Ranch Point about 12:30 a.m. December 19th, KDVR reported. When cops arrived, they found Singer and her 11-year-old daughter, both of whom were wounded, police said. They also made the grisly discovery of the bodies of her 9-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son. Singler and her daughter were treated at the scene and then transported to local hospitals. Details on how the children were deleted were not immediately released. The mom was allowed to leave the hospital because she was considered to be a victim, and authorities had no probable cause to arrest her, which is insane. So now let me ask you guys this question, and we're going to actually look a little bit more into this because we got to see how they dropped the ball like some complete idiots. Now, my question is, how does something like that happen? They let her leave. Now she's on the run. You think they learned anything from that, or do you think that we'll hear something like this again? But as the investigation into this case unfolded, it was determined in the initial report a burglary was unfounded. So she lied to the police. How much you want to say that it was some black people that broke into her house? How much you want to bet? The more you look into this, you will find that she said, oh, well, it was some black people that broke into my house. So, you know, they immediately, after she said that, they immediately stopped thinking about anything that had to do with her and was focused on that until they realized that she got the drop on them. At this time, Miss Singler is the primary suspect, cops added. After they let her go, she became the primary suspect. On Tuesday, homicide investigators obtained an arrest warrant for Singler, who was last seen Saturday when she stayed at a relative's home, according to the outlet, which cited police. Her current whereabouts are unknown, officials said. The police department's Violent Offender Fugitive Task Force is searching for the fugitive in an active investigation. Singler faces a slew of charges, including 4 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, 2 counts of child abuse, and first-degree assault. One neighbor expressed his shock about the slayings. So, again, these people are always shocked, despite the fact that this goes down in the suburbs all the time. Very surprising. This has always been a quiet neighborhood. You know what's funny about these neighborhoods? These neighborhoods are always quiet until they're not. You guys notice that? These neighborhoods are always quiet until they're not. Nothing really happens here. We all really know each other, Daniel Lane told KDVR. And what that means is that they have an internal system of they deal with things and don't involve law enforcement, or law enforcement is actually a part of that community and they work together to sweep things under the rug so none of the stuff ever sticks. But stuff does indeed go down there. Please believe it. When they say those kind of things, this is a quiet neighborhood and yada, yada, yada. Basically, what that means is that we kind of take care of our own. That's what that means. The kids play out here all the time. There was just a snowman right there that they built a week ago. It finally melted, he said. The fact that she's still on the loose. Do I need a security door on my home? What's happening? Where'd she go? Lane added. Singler's bond has been set at $10 million. Police said that the 11-year-old is being taken care of. Well, well, well. They had her. Then they lost her. They had her, and then they lost her. Somebody make it make sense. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to you, Black Spider. If you guys have not smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that bell icon twice. Share the stream to your social media. And let's get into this. Let's check this out. We're going to watch this little video clip that they got here. It's only got 1 more second before it gets started. $10 million. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that that's a good bond amount, or do you guys think that it should be higher? Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to tell you something about Singler. She's crazy. We're going to take a look at this next video clip. Yeah, I agree. If you guys agree with Lloyd Sky 9 that bond should be way higher, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. That bond should be way higher. if I'm not mistaken, the total amount of counts that she's wanted for is like 10 counts. And it's only $10 million. It's like $1 million per count. She's evading the police. So if you ask me, that should make it even higher. Hold on real quick. Okay, there we go.
A horrific series of events out of Colorado Springs.
Shout out to
leaving
David
2
Brown. What's good with
children
it, bro?
dead and another injured.
And right now, police are searching for a 35-year-old woman accused of murdering her 9-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son. Take a look at your screen here. Investigators say this woman, Kimberly Singler, was last seen Saturday, so she is wanted for first-degree murder. If you see her, please do call police.
Denver 7's Claire Lavazorio is live in Colorado Springs tonight with how this tragedy unfolded. Claire?
Officers first responded to this Northeast Colorado Springs apartment complex last Tuesday for a 911 call reporting a burglary. When they got inside Kimberly Singler's apartment, that is, they found 2 of her children.
I want to know about the details of the fake burglary that she reported. Don't you guys? I want to know exactly what she reported for that burglary.
Dead and another one of her children injured, at the time not realizing that she was their prime son.
Yeah, that's facts. Shout out to Cameron. That's a good point. Cameron said they put her nice picture, but they didn't do that for the black lady. Big facts. If you guys agree with Cameron, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Suspect. A Colorado Springs mother is on the run after police say she killed 2 of her children and injured a third just days before Christmas. In the early morning hours of December 19th, Colorado Springs police responded to a burglary call at 35-year-old Kimberly Singler's home. According to CSPD, they found Singler and her 11-year-old daughter injured. Her 2 youngest children, a 9-year-old girl and 7-year-old boy, were dead.
I'm just really sorry for them. My heart breaks when I think about it. And seeing all of them when they play outside just makes me really sad.
Singler and her 11-year-old were taken to a local hospital for treatment. Police say because she was considered a victim at the time, they allowed Singler to leave the hospital as there was not enough probable cause to connect her to her children's death. As the case unfolded,
did they not investigate her claims? Because she made these claims that this burglary occurred, but aren't they supposed to do some type of investigation to occur or to figure out what occurred, if anything occurred, and then either do something about it or not do something about it? They had to do some type of investigation and then rule out that a burglary did not happen and then go and attempt to ask her, well, what actually did happen? So you mean to tell me by the time they did that, she was gone? She had got away? That's ridiculous. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. Again, I know I'm asking a lot, but I just want to make sure that we keep up on all the numbers because you know how YouTube is with my channels. We got 22 people watching and we got 27 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and get us to 35, that would be great.
Colorado Springs police determined the burglary was made up. Court documents from around the time of the deaths detail custody hearings between Singler and her ex-husband. Those papers show the 2 were scheduled to meet at CSPD's Stetson Hills substation on December 16th. It's unclear if Singler showed up for that, but the documents show her ex filed an emergency motion for police to enforce the custody agreement on December 17th.
So again, this right here goes to my point about the courts making the decisions on parenting. This father here clearly had some type of concern or some type of issue with his kid's mother having the kids, and the courts ignored his concern like they do many times. And what happened.
Just 2 days before the children were discovered dead.
You know, my heart really goes out to them and I pray for them and all of their family that going through this time.
Singler faces 10 charges. Once she's arrested, she'll be held on a $10 million bond. The Colorado Springs Fugitive Task Force has been searching for Singler for 2 days now since that warrant was issued for her arrest. Now, as for her 11-year-old daughter, We know from police that she has since been released from the hospital and is safe with family tonight. I'm live in Colorado Springs. Claire Lavazorio for Denver 7.
So there's that. All right. So now next, what we got is a Disney employee. Now we know that these Disney employees are some of the most disgusting and demented individuals in the entire world. Anybody want to guess what this Disney employee did? Take a wild guess what this Disney employee did. Take a wild guess. Disney World employee charged with 32 counts of CP. 32 counts of CP is what this Disney World employee was charged with. How many times can you ask, why would you do it? How many times can you ask that question about this stuff? An employee at Walt Disney World was charged with 32 counts of CP after authorities executed a search warrant at his home. The Hernando County Sheriff's Office said in a post on Facebook that they began investigations into Michael Foster, who is 47 years old, after receiving information on December 16th that an individual at his residence was in possession, possibly in possession of CP. Foster was an overnight mechanic at Walt Disney World. Detectives then seized a flash drive and several SD cards that were allegedly in a book bag that belonged to Foster, the sheriff's office said. When detectives executed a search warrant on Wednesday at the Foster's residence, they allegedly found several additional digital storage services. Officials said that Foster admitted to viewing and downloading pornographic images and also admitted to owning the flash drive, SD cards, and the book bag. Foster was arrested and charged with 32 counts of possession of child pornography and placed in jail under a $320,000 bond. A Disney World spokesperson told Fox Digital the individual is no longer with the company. I'd hope not. So now let me ask you guys this question. What is up with all these Disney employees being found with all of this CP? What's up with that? Literally, this is happening all the time. And like I said, 2024, we're gonna be staying on this stuff. We're gonna be staying on this stuff heavy. We got a man from Kentucky, and his name was Zachary Jones. My question for you guys is, what do you think Zachary Jones did? What do you think Zachary Jones did? Missing teenage girl found hidden behind trap door in 34-year-old man's Kentucky home. The suspect is facing rape charges. That's the only charge. They not charging any kidnapping, false imprisonment, none of that. That's interesting because I'm almost certain that that individual did not want to be trapped behind that door. And I'm almost certain that that individual was not in that trap door at her own behest. I just got this feeling. It's just a feeling. You know what I'm saying? A missing teenage girl was found locked behind a trap door inside the Kentucky house of a 34-year-old man who allegedly raped and assaulted her after she vanished from her home several states away earlier this month. The 16-year-old victim was rescued from the home of Zachary Jones on Christmas Day after she was reported missing in early December from her North Carolina home in the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. Or the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office said. She was found by officers behind a hidden trap door covered by a rug in Jones's bedroom, according to an arrest report. And we'll look at this. Deputies initially visited the house after Jones' mother called authorities about a fight between her adult son and his girlfriend, WTVQ reported. When law enforcement arrived, Jones claimed the girl wasn't there, but officers quickly cuffed him after spotting drug paraphernalia out in the open. That dude looks like a creep. That dude looks like an absolute creep. The victim told the sheriff's office that Jones sexually assaulted her and the two used crack cocaine together, according to the arrest citation obtained by WCNC. So homeboy was sniffing crack. Smoking crack, I should say. People really shouldn't mess with crack. They really shouldn't mess with crack. When Jones first made contact with the girl, he claimed he was only 19, the victim said. But when he reached his home with her, she found out his real age. Jones allegedly threatened her and forced to tell his family that she was 18, the citation alleges. The teen also said they were pulled over by a cop driving back from North Carolina for a traffic violation, and Jones said he would shoot the officer if they were asked to get out of the car, the citation alleges. Jones allegedly admitted to the deputies that he had sex with the teen after picking her up from her home, according to the citation. Jones is facing charges of rape, sodomy, assault, strangulation, unlawful imprisonment, terroristic threatening, unlawful transactions with a minor, and various drug-related counts, according to reports. He could face more charges as the investigation continues, including in North Carolina. Now, here goes my question. What kind of punishment do y'all think that he's going to get? What kind of sentence do y'all think that he's going to face? You guys think that law enforcement is going to take it easy on him? Or do y'all think that law enforcement is actually going to enforce the law? Let me know what y'all think. We're about to check out this little video clip. Let me see. Give me 1 second. All right, hold on. Here we go. We're going to expand this out. Boom, boom. Probation for 100. Facts. If you guys agree with Dave, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. I might have to agree with my man Dave. That sounds about right. All right, here we go. Hold on. Damn. Oh, shit. Hold on. What the hell?
A 16-year-old was found hidden under a trapdoor inside a Lincoln County, Kentucky man's home on Christmas Day. According to an arrest citation, Zachary Jones' mother called the police about an altercation between her son and his girlfriend. Officers arrived to the home on the 1400 block of Robertstown Road and found Jones inside, who told officers a girl wasn't there. Jones allowed police to walk through the home, where they say they saw drug paraphernalia with residue. Jones was then restrained and taken to a patrol car. Officers entered the home again to search for the girl. The 16-year-old was found inside a trap door that was hidden under a rug in the bedroom. The girl, who had been missing from her home in North Carolina, told police that he had been engaged in sexual contact with her and picked her up from North Carolina. Jones is now facing several charges, including assault, strangulation, unlawful transaction with a minor, illegal sex act.
That's a lot. That is a lot. So what I'm trying to do now is get this other article to show up, but for whatever reason, it's not happening. So give me 2 seconds here. Let me see. All right. Well. It closed out. So I guess we won't be looking at that. So let me see if we got anything else. Nope. That is it for now, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to each and every one of you all. I appreciate you guys for checking out Crimecast. If you guys watch on the replay, make sure that you guys hashtag replay in the comment section. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the backup channels. Make sure y'all got the alerts hit. 2024 is going to be great. So I hope that you guys are ready for another great year of content. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up, look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour, got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that face. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Action for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey.